The 5 abandoned ghost towns in the world. One. Haunted Ghost Town Cahaba, Alabama. Cahaba, Alabama. Cahaba has a pretty illustrious history for a ghost town. From 1820 to 1826, it served as Alabama's state capital before flooding enough times that most of the residents fled for drier pastures, and took the title of capital with them. After years as a hub of cotton distribution, a massive Civil War prison known as Castle Morgan was built there from 1863 and 1865. It housed over 3,000 Union soldiers. In a not at all surprising development, though, Cahaba kept flooding shocker and by 1900 was effectively abandoned. Residents left nothing but a few empty buildings, a cemetery, and some ghost stories behind. 2. Ghost Town Amazing Pictures of St. Elmo. St. Elmo, Colorado. Established in the late 1870s, St. Elmo was once a highfalutin gold mining town and popular whistle stop on the Pacific Railroad. It boasted 2,000 residents, 130 mines, and enough hotels, brothels, saloons, and dance halls to keep everybody in town happily cutting a rug. When the Alpine Tunnel closed in 1910, however, the piano music stopped. Today, there's little left save a cabin where you can stay and a general store open during the summer that sells antiques and rents four-wheelers. 3. Odd Places in Canada. Kitsault, Canada. The town of Kitsault sits in the province of British Columbia, Canada. It featured more than 100 homes, 200 apartments, a hospital, a shopping mall, a movie theater, a sports center, and a bank. What more could you ask for this far up north? The only missing thing is the people. The town formed in 1979 around the steel production industry after a molybdenum source was found nearby. For a while, all was well, but the town's fate was sealed when the price of molybdenum crashed. As a result, the mine was shut down, and by 1983, Kitsault had turned into a ghost town almost overnight. The town may possibly have found a saving grace, however, in the form of an entrepreneur who bought the place for $5 million in 2004. He hopes to resurrect the town from its slumber, but only time will tell if the plan is successful. 4. The abandoned fishing village of Al Jazeera, Al Hamra. The abandoned fishing village of Al Jazeera, Al Hamra is located on the northeastern tip of the United Arab Emirates, UAE. Before the oil boom in the 1960s, the village was relatively prosperous and full of quaint houses, many of which dated back to ancient times. Through the years, the coastal village attracted Persian immigrants, Portuguese traders, and British officials. In fact, after the village was rebuilt in 1831, British records indicated that Al Jazeera Al Hamra had a population of about 4,100 people, most of whom were involved in the lucrative pearl trade. Then, around 1968, the residents abandoned the village en masse, leaving it in the hands of itinerant workers. Many of the former inhabitants still own land in the village, but few actually live there. Since the 1960s, Al Jazeera Al Hamra has gained a reputation as an exceedingly haunted village. Many UAE citizens believe that the village is overrun by jinns, a violent and corrupt type of fairy that haunts deserts and feeds on human flesh. According to local horror filmmaker Faisal Hashmi. 5. Krakow, Italy. Krakow, Italy. Thanks to worsening agricultural conditions, a landslide, 1963, flooding, 1972, and an earthquake, 1980, this once prosperous southern Italian hill town is now uninhabited. It is a popular filming location, however, and appeared in The Passion of the Christ and Quantum of Solace.